All right, this is going to be Call Me by Blondie. This is going to be a little different. I'm going to do the vocal melody kind of weaved in with some bass notes and chords and stuff on this one. So we're going to start out with like the guitar riff that we're going to have. Okay, so that's our intro. So we have bum, bum, bum. We have 3 notes on the D. So I'm gonna have a chord up here on the 10th fret of the G string and the B string. So you can kind of hold that finger there, and it allows you to kind of mute the strings while you're doing those bass notes. And we can hit those 10s like twice. You can kind of hit the bass note with it if you want. And we're gonna do that like 3 times. So, and then we're gonna go. That's a G to a F. That's 5, 7, 8 to 3, 5, 6. Okay, so we got. Now this time we're gonna go F to C. So that was the 3, 5, 6 to the top 3 5s. Okay, so. Do it twice. Okay, then we're into the melody. We're gonna hit the D bass note and we're gonna start this melody on the 7th fret of the G string. Okay, so that was 7, 9, 10, 8 on the 2nd string. 10 to the 8, back to the 10, 9 on the G string. So with the D bass, we got. Now I'm going to put this 8 up here with this 7. And we have 7, 9, 10, 9, 7. Kind of holding that 8 if you can. And then we'll do the D one again. Now this one will just be a little different, but it'll start the same with the 8 and 7. So that went 8 and 7, 7, 9, 10, and 8 on the 2nd string to 7 on the 3rd string. Okay, so that whole thing was. Now we're going to go open G string with this 3 over here in the 2nd string. So the thing that makes this kind of cool is that we have a lot of open droning bass notes that helps us play our melody with a bass note going on without having to fret too many things, right? So we got 3, 5, 6, 8. Now here's when we do have to fret the bass note for that A. We got a 7th fret on the D string up here with a little 5, 5, 6, 5 right there. And then we're gonna come back to the G. So we do that same thing again. So once again, it was G string with 3, 5, 6, 8. And then we got big 7 with this little 5, 6, 5. Then we do it again. There's your Call Me right there. That's starting the chorus. So we got 2 10s there. Bass, bass, 10, 10. And then we have this chord here, 5, 6, and 8. So it's an F chord, but we have our kind of leading melody note there too. So we got Call Me. That's the anytime, right? Anytime. 5 to 8. And then we're going to do the G string with the bottom string, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now we're going to put in this 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then end on the D note, this 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So it's 3, 1, 3, 1 with a G bass. And then 3rd fret of the G. 3 to 1 to 3 on the 2nd string. So it's. One more 3 there at the end, and then we get back to the intro. Except we're going to do the second one, the F to C, and then we'll be right into the melody. So let's try this melody together. 3, 4. And if you can't hold that 8, just do the melody after you've done the 8 for a second there. 3, 4. Here's the second part. And then we have that G bass with the 3, 5, 6, 8. 3, 4. Okay, then we got our little 10-10 for the Call Me. Bass, bass, 10-10, chord, 5-8, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3. Call, so one more 3 there, and then we're gonna have a. Okay, we have that one again, the F to C, and then we switch keys to the E right here. We're gonna have 2, 4, and 5, but we're gonna do the same kind of galloping thing, like. But our chords will be 7, 9, 10 to 5, 7, 8. So still 3 times of that, just in this new key. Okay, then we get into a new thing. This is a big stretch. If you can't do this 2 and stretch all the way to the 7, then just do the 7, the little melody. So that one's a little tricky. So we got, if you did it by itself, it'd be 7, 3, 0. So 7, 3, 0 twice. 7, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5, 2. Now if you can, when we get that 5 in there, you could throw that bass in there. You could hit them at the same time if you want to make it a little easier. But if you can get it, it's real slick if you can get it like this. See how the 4 came after the 5, but before the 2 and the 3? And once you get the 2, 3 there, it's like a 2, 3, 5, 2. So. And then the second time, kind of just wait for the 5 this time and hit it with the 4. So it's 4 with 5, and then 2 to 3. Then, if you can, we're going to make this F shape here. 3, 5, 6, 5. We're going to go. Okay, so that was just coming up the strings. And then we're going to go to a C shape, 5, 5, 3. Come down it like that, so I hit that bass with that high one. And then we have 1, 0. You can kind of pull it. Okay, so that's 1, 0. And then D bass with the 3 here. 1 on the small one. 5. And when I hit this 10, I'm going to hit that 8 on top with it. That's a B flat. Second time, we're going to go G bass this time. 10, and then we have, this is kind of a tricky chord here. So we have the 7, 9, and 10 with a 12. So we get our A chord plus our melody note on top up there. So once again, this new part was. Okay, and then we're into like a solo section. We have an E minor. B minor, and you could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm doing is going like chicka chicana, chicka chicana, chicka chicana. So that's E minor to B minor twice, and then we're gonna go F. C, and then D minor, but only 6 beats worth, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to B flat, and 8 of them, 6, 7, 8, G, and then A. So we're back in the chorus on that, and that's just going to repeat and fade out kind of thing. So let's look at those chords again. We had E minor, B minor, we do those twice. Then we had F to C. Then we had D minor, but only for 6 beats. So that's like a measure of 4/4 and a measure of 2/4. That's how they kind of hit you with that chorus, kind of comes out of nowhere, kind of quick on you. So we got the B flat, and then G, and then A. If we just strummed it nice and simple, let's play along together with that. We got 8 strums for each, E minor to B minor to start with. 2, 3, 4. B minor. We'll do it again. F. Going to C. And then only 6 on the D minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then B flat. 5, 6, 7, 8, G. And A. Call me. Alright, Call Me by Blondie. 2 pages of tabs with this. Hope you dig it. Thanks for watching Damon's Baritone Uke Joint. Let me know if you have any requests. We'll talk to you soon.